Hi, welcome to my kitchen. My name's Sue and this is Sue Maree P. If you've clicked on for the first time, thank you for clicking on, and if you're returning, welcome back. Many of my viewers know I've been experimenting with a gluten-free grain called Teff flour from East Africa. Today I'm going to turn my super popular spelt banana bread but into Teff banana bread, a gluten-free recipe. So if you'd like to see how to make a gluten-free banana bread, come with me and let's see. So the first step for this banana bread, we're using butter. I'm using an unsalted butter here and I've pre-cubed it, 125 grams. It's been sitting out at room temperature for about half an hour. In this recipe I do brown sugar, 125 grams. And I think that's just a little bit over half a cup. I'm going to whisk this so they're combined and creamy. I'm just going to move these out of the way. I'm scared they're going to fall off. I usually do this in my stand mixer, but today I thought I'd just use my hand mixer. I just need a little cloth under my bowl. I'm going to go for a few more minutes. So that's looking pretty good. I'm going to add in 2 whole eggs. They're large eggs, and we're just going to beat those just till it's combined. One thing you really should do halfway is stop and scrape. And that gets everything from the sides of the bowl. So my original recipe has 200 grams of spelt flour. So I'm going to just put in 100 grams of the Teff flour, but I'm going to sift it over this buttery egg mix. And with that, I'm going to put 50 grams of rice flour. You can swap that out for corn flour, tapioca flour, potato flour, something like that. It's just another gluten-free flour just to balance out the Teff flour taste. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking soda or bicarb soda. And I've got a teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. So they'll all go in. So if you're wondering what Teff tastes like, it's kind of a real nutty kind of flavour. A little bit like buckwheat. And in here I've got 50 grams of hazelnuts, ground hazelnuts. And you can swap that out for any other ground nut like ground almonds. Just pop all these containers away. I'm just going to mix it with my spatula here before I pop in the bananas. And if you think your mixture looks too dry, you can always add a tablespoon of milk or plant-based milk to your mixture. But I think once we put the bananas in, it should be fine. So it's quite a thick mixture at the moment. So here I've got 4 small bananas. My original recipe had 5 bananas which weighed at 500 grams, but today I'm only going to do 4. So they weighed 460 grams with the skin on. I'm just going to mash 2 at a time. I did try this, I was testing it and I only did 2 bananas because that's all I had in the house one day. But I felt it was a little bit too dry. So today I've got the smaller ones, so I'm just going to do the 4 small. We don't really need to use the mixture, or the mixer rather, for this kind of mixture. I'm just going to fold the bananas in just with the spatula. And you might be wondering, hey Sue, why didn't you use all Teff flour? Because Teff flour has no gluten in it, I felt that with a cake like this, we needed the nuts to give it a bit of protein, and we needed the other softer flour just to help balance out the flavours and structure of the cake. Now I prepared my small loaf tin before we started as well. It's greased with butter and lined with paper so it's long on the side so I can drag it out when it's cooked. I'm just going to put all that mixture into the cake tin. See how it became more moist once I added the banana? So we didn't actually need any extra liquid like milk. Just smooth over the top. Try and get it as even as you can. Doesn't really matter if it's not super flat. Few taps to get the air bubbles out. We're going to bake this for 50 minutes. I'm going to check it with my skewer just to double check it's done, and we'll come back and do a taste test. So the banana bread has finished cooking. And you can see, because I've baked it with the teff flour, well, that's hot, it's quite dark. And that's what happens with teff. I've checked it and it comes out clean. So that's ready. I'm going to let it sit here in the tin for about 10 minutes before I release it. But to help release it, I like to get like a little plastic knife and just go around the edges. And then should really let it cool for an hour before we cut into it. If you can't wait and you want to try it at home, once you've baked it, maybe give it a little bit of time. Banana bread always tastes better once it's cooled down. I think the flavours get better once it's cold. So I'm back to do the taste test of the banana bread, and look at that. Look how good that looks. So I just tasted some off camera and it tasted so good. It's really moist. You do get a little bit more crumble with the teff flour. And I have a few extra larger chunks of banana. I'll take some photos and pop them above. I love this. Another way of having a gluten-free banana bread, but with teff flour. So if you've got any teff flour at home and you think, what am I going to do with it? Try making this banana bread. I'm sure you'll love it just as much as I love it. Stick around, I'll pop some other videos above about teff, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and pop a donation if you'd like to donate to help support my channel. I've got a PayPal link below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.